Heya Cryptozens, it's 10 p.m. Pacific time. The date is October 27th, 2022. Welcome back to the Crypto Overnighter. My name is Nikodemus, and I'll be your host as we take a nightly look at the crypto, NFT, and metaverse space and the industry that surrounds it. And keep in mind, nothing in this show should ever be considered financial advice. In an interview with a media outlet called The Big Whale, Sam Bankman-Fried dropped a minor bomb. FTX is working on their own stablecoin. Maybe not alone. FTX is probably going to want to bring on a partner for this one. On the other hand, they do know how to make one. And so in an interview with The Big Whale, he said, quote, "I think you'll probably be hearing something from us on that in the not too distant future." He added, quote, "We've held off on doing it because, I think to some extent, we think that cooperating on that can be really powerful, and a lot of that ends with us trying to find partners we'd be really excited to work with there." Now, some of these comments come not too long after SBF noted what he called the second great stablecoin war. And so it was in a tweet thread a couple of days ago that SBF commented on a thread by Frank Chaparro of The Block. Now, Chaparro was talking about the dramatic increase in market cap that BUSD had captured. BUSD is the native stablecoin on Binance's platform. Now, if you remember, not too long ago, Binance made a decision. They chose to automatically convert USDC to BUSDC as soon as it hits the exchange. Note, you can still send USDC from Binance's platform, and you can still receive it. However, while it is on Binance's exchange, that value will be held in BUSD. So that's why BUSD is now sitting at almost 15.5% market share. And when Binance first announced that they would be auto-converting a number of stablecoins to BUSD on the platform, I didn't like it at first. It seemed kind of like a heavy-handed way of bumping up your market share without necessarily building a better stablecoin. I have since changed my opinion. In addition to the reasons that Binance listed, like greater liquidity and lower complexity, I think it's really good for the industry. Imagine if every exchange did that. No matter how it arrives, whether it's Tether, USDC, DAI, or whatever, on that exchange, that value is stored in the stablecoin for that exchange. So rather than diluting the value of stablecoins by splitting amongst 3 or 4 varieties in the same exchange, it concentrates that value. Then you set up an agreement with the other exchanges that you will always exchange each other's stablecoin at a 1-to-1 ratio. Now, if all exchanges choose to do that, then that fixes the value of a stablecoin by keeping the value the same among similar assets, regardless of the exchange. Non-exchange stablecoins will still have a place in things. What they will do is that they become what powers DeFi. And that kind of means that stablecoins will prop each other up. And that adds some stability to the market. Now, the first stablecoin war that SBF talked about ended with Tether and USDC on top. And he also noted that with the positive interest rates, stablecoins have much more to offer in terms of revenue. But that wasn't all. In that same interview, SBF talked about yet more acquisitions. He said that they have between $1 and $4 billion in cash. He called that, quote, "a great position to do small and medium-sized acquisitions." He continued saying, "If we want to do large acquisitions and don't want to spend all that cash we have on hand, then doing a raise would be very helpful for that. At the same time, we are looking at possible acquisitions. We are also potentially looking at doing a fundraise." And despite the rumors, despite the fact that they are sitting on a fat sack of cash, SBF said that FTX is not looking to buy Robinhood. Now, that rumor went out a few times this year, and apparently there is no truth to it. He said, quote, "We could buy a company like Robinhood, but that's not what we're looking at right now. Our challenge is to continue to grow organically." Now, speaking of buying and selling, news today broke that Twitter users will be able to use the platform to buy and sell NFTs. This information comes to us from Twitter's official developer team account. And in their announcement, they said that users of the social media platform would be able to buy and sell and display NFTs directly through tweets. Their announcement said, quote, "Now testing NFT Tweet Tiles. Some links on NFTs on Rarible, Magic Eden, Dapper Labs, and Jump Trade NFT will now show you a larger picture of the NFT alongside details like the title and creator. one more step in our journey to let developers impact the tweet experience. So what they're saying is that these NFT tweet tiles show off your NFT in a panel within the tweet. And also there's going to be a button that'll let users to click through to a marketplace listing for that tweet. So this feature is still in testing, and at present there are 4 exchanges that this works with: Magic Eden, Rarible, Dapper Labs, and Jump Trade. You notice who's missing? OpenSea. Nevertheless, the marketplaces selected represent 6 different blockchains. You've got Ethereum, Polygon, Solana, Tezos, Flow, and Immutable X. Which is relevant, given that a Twitter representative has said that this is a blockchain agnostic service. Basically, any chain can participate just by hooking up with a partner marketplace. I haven't seen any signs of this in my personal Twitter experience as yet. Apparently, that's because this feature, quote, is currently being tested with select Twitter users across iOS and web. So if you're one of those select users, then you will see the NFT Tweet Tile integration. And no, you don't have to be a Twitter Blue customer to get started. This is a bit of a departure for them. Now, right now, you can show off validated NFTs as your profile picture. That said, only NFTs on the Ethereum blockchain are supported for this. MasterCard and BitOasis have revealed that they've embarked on a partnership. They're offering a series of crypto card programs. So what this means is that BitOasis customers will be able to link their crypto card to their wallet. Now from there, they can convert crypto to fiat for use on MasterCard's global merchant network. This new program is expected to start up early next year. Not to be outdone, Visa is also in the news today because they're partnering up with blockchain.com to follow in the footsteps of MasterCard and BitOasis. And here's what I mean by that. They announced today that blockchain and Visa were working together to launch a crypto card. This card would be restricted to U.S. citizens, at least at first, and it would let customers use that card to pay using either their crypto or cash balances, anywhere Visa cards are accepted. Not only that, but there are no sign-up fees, no annual fees, and users get 1% of their purchases back in crypto. And there are folks interested in this program. Peter Smith is blockchain's CEO. Now, he said that they've already got 50,000 people signed up on a waiting list. He said, quote, "There's still a lot of demand for crypto products, but you're seeing that demand shift away from trading and more towards folks that are interested in using DeFi, using their balances." Now, on the back end is California-based Marqeta. Marqeta worked on Swipe's crypto Visa card a couple years ago. And if you're thinking that sounds familiar, that's because earlier this month, Visa announced a program with FTX to launch a debit card in 40 countries. Now, let's stay with Visa here for a bit because they've been busy. They have submitted a number of trademark applications that are attracting some attention. And these applications are for its name to be used in software. This kind of software is software that's used to, quote, view, access, store, monitor, manage, trade, send, receive, transmit, and exchange crypto. So these 2 applications submitted to the U.S. Patent and Trade Office. And reading through them, it looks like Visa might be headed to the metaverse because they're talking about the Visa name being used in, quote, virtual environments in which users can interact for recreational, leisure, or entertainment purposes, which does sound like the metaverse. This is after MasterCard pretty much did the same thing back in April. Hong Kong is back in the news today, and something interesting is going on there because it looks like they're getting ready to DeFi mainland Japan. But then again, the relationship between Hong Kong and Beijing has always been kind of complicated to me. That whole business about special administrative region thing always seemed kind of like a minor cop-out so that China could continue to get that Hong Kong money rolling in. Anyway, while crypto is banned, it's not banned because crypto trading still happens in Hong Kong. It's just restricted to professional traders on centralized exchanges only. And we're going to come back to that. So according to a Bloomberg report, it looks like Hong Kong is considering legalizing retail trade of cryptocurrency. So it would no longer be something for just the rich and powerful. Now what this means is that exchanges would apply for a license to offer retail trading. Now, of course, government can't go without collecting those licensing fees. Anyway, Hong Kong is planning on putting out new rules in place to make retail crypto trading starting in March of next year. This move is not entirely unexpected. Elizabeth Wong is the head of FinTech unit at Hong Kong's Securities and Futures Commission. And last week, she was speaking at an event when she hinted that the agency was working with the government on its own crypto bill, and that her agency was planning on allowing regular individuals to directly invest into virtual assets. So the lack of retail trading in Hong Kong, really it has nothing to do with mainland China. It used to be a hotbed of crypto activity in Asia. That is until this voluntary licensing regime was put in place in 2018. That's where the restriction came in that limited crypto platforms to clients with a portfolio of at least $1 million US. So that's what did it. That's what sunk Hong Kong as a crypto hub. Nothing that Beijing did. So this was part of Hong Kong's plan to bring those companies back to the city. But for now, what I'm interested in is seeing how this affects the flow of money from Hong Kong to China. Will this now effectively reopen the crypto market for the more wealthy Chinese citizens? Can you imagine the bull run if China is allowed back into the crypto market on a retail level? And how long until Beijing changes their mind? Their president, Xi, has secured another 5-year term in China. How do we know that he won't wake up tomorrow and decide to make crypto verboten in Hong Kong as well? Now, looking at another country in the region, we have India and the drug trade. Amit Shah is India's Home Minister. He is also a close aide to Prime Minister Modi. And Shah said that drug smuggling through the darknet using cryptocurrency has increased. Also, claims that terrorism financing through crypto has also increased. So these remarks were made on Wednesday. It was at a high-level meeting on national security and drug trafficking. And he said that drug smuggling cases rose 152% in the time period between 2014 and 2022. He also said the amount of drugs seized increased by pretty much the same amount. This comes as an Economic Times report hit that said 3 crypto exchanges are being investigated for allegedly allowing illegal drug transactions. So from there, the Enforcement Directorate comes in. They're the agency in charge of financial crime in India. And they were alerted about illegal drug transactions by the Financial Intelligence Unit. $3.4 billion worth of transactions between 2019 to 2021. Allegedly, the crypto exchanges facilitated those transactions. I'm going to close things off tonight talking about Polymarket, because we're in the middle of election season in the United States. Now, Polymarket is a cryptocurrency prediction site, and they've got their 22 midterm predictions site up. Now, Polymarkets is a betting place. You transfer crypto from your wallet to their platform, and then you take those funds and bet on future events. You can buy into and out of the bet as conditions change. And finally, when the event is over, you get $1 for every share you're holding. And so, in that way, they're trying to crowdsource the outcome of the elections. So as I'm looking at it today, they have a 64% chance that Republicans win the Senate. They have an 88% chance that they win the House. Some of these races are expected to be extremely close, and that's reflected on the site. Look at the states of Arizona, where they're giving Dems a 51% chance of winning, and Georgia, where they're giving the GOP a 52% chance of winning. Shane Copeland is CEO of Polymarket, and he said, quote, "Time and time again, prediction markets prove more accurate than traditional polls and pundits. Yet the true value comes from generating unbiased forecasts as a public good." Now, for anyone wondering, Polymarket currently has Donald Trump reclaiming the Republican presidential nomination in 2024. And I think that's going to do it for us tonight. I want to thank you, my listeners, because when you stop listening, I will stop talking. We'll see you tomorrow night.